The morning of April 28, 2025, dawned dark for millions across Europe. A massive power outage struck Spain, Portugal, and parts of France. The outage began in the early hours, plunging homes and businesses into darkness. Confusion reigned as people awoke to the unsettling silence of a world without electricity. This was no localized blackout. This was an outage on an international scale, affecting 3 major European countries. The cause was not immediately clear. Was it equipment failure? Human error? As hours passed and the scope of the outage became apparent, a more unsettling possibility emerged. Could this be the work of cyber terrorists? The answer to this question would determine the course of action for not just the affected countries, but for all of Europe. Cyber attacks have become a growing concern in our increasingly interconnected world. Power grids, reliant on digital systems, are particularly vulnerable. The possibility of a cyber attack targeting Europe's power grid sent chills down the spines of many. Officials were quick to acknowledge this possibility while also urging caution. Investigations were immediately launched. Experts in cybersecurity were called in to trace the source of the outage. The complexity of power grids, with their interconnected networks, made this task challenging. However, the potential consequences of another attack, perhaps even more devastating, fueled their determination. The world watched, waiting anxiously for answers. The impact of the outage was immediate and widespread. Transportation systems ground to a halt, traffic lights went dark, creating chaos on the roads, trains were cancelled, leaving commuters stranded, airports were thrown into disarray, with flights delayed and cancelled. Communication networks were severely disrupted, mobile phones became useless as cell towers went offline. Internet access was limited, cutting people off from news and information. Businesses were forced to close, unable to operate without power. Hospitals switched to backup generators, but the strain on resources was evident. The outage exposed the fragility of our modern world, so reliant on electricity. Governments of the affected countries were quick to respond to the crisis. Emergency services were deployed to assist those in need. Efforts to restore power began immediately, but the task was daunting. The interconnected nature of the power grid meant that restoring power was a complex and time-consuming process. International cooperation became crucial. Experts from neighboring countries were called in to assist with the investigation and restoration efforts. The outage served as a stark reminder of the importance of securing critical infrastructure. It highlighted the need for robust cybersecurity measures to protect against future attacks. The world watched and waited, hoping for a swift resolution and a safer future.